Far beyond the blue skies of Earth, past the thin veil of our atmosphere, the James Webb Space Telescope orbits in silence. Stationed at a place called Lagrange Point, to almost 1 million miles away, out there, away from the blur of light and heat that clutters our own skies, Webb sees with an unmatched clarity. Its mirrors, coated in gold, stretch like the eye of a cosmic giant, reflecting the faintest whispers of light that have traveled for billions of years. Where other telescopes catch glimpses, Webb sees the secrets themselves. Unraveling mysteries hidden in the deepest shadows of space, here on Earth, life feels secure. Our planets circling the sun, our skies bright and familiar. But out there is a silence so deep it swallows stars, a darkness that hides things older, larger, and stranger than we dare imagine. Every image Webb sends back is a reminder of how fragile our little corner of the universe really is. And lately, those images have revealed something that has scientists whispering, debating, even losing sleep. Because among the endless galaxies, the glittering star fields, and the cold, ancient void, Webb found something that doesn't belong. Something so strange it terrifies even the experts. It began as a faint anomaly, a blot of darkness interrupting the delicate tapestry of starlight Webb was designed to capture. At first glance, it could have been dismissed as noise, a glitch in the endless data pouring back to Earth. But as the telescope focused deeper, truth emerged. This was no error. Colossal mass, irregular in shape, drifting silently across the void. It didn't shimmer like an asteroid or glint with the icy reflections of a comet. Instead, it absorbed light, devouring it like a cosmic shadow carved into the universe itself. Scientists stared at the data, expecting random motion, the lazy drift of space debris caught in the sun's gravity. But what they saw was different. The object shifted as though with intent, cutting through the cosmos, not with the chaos of chance, but with a strange, unnerving precision. The more they measured it, the more its sheer scale defied imagination. Larger than the mountains on Earth, darker than the deepest abyss. Its surface seemed wrong-jagged, uneven, almost constructed, and then came the detail that silenced the room. Subtle fluctuations in the object's movement suggested a hidden complexity, something too organized to be a rock adrift in space. This wasn't just another asteroid wandering the void. This was something else entirely. Something behaving in ways no natural object ever should. As the images sharpened, a chilling question surfaced. What if it isn't natural at all? When the first reports reached NASA's mission control, the atmosphere shifted instantly. Screens flickered with the incoming data, and what should have been a routine transmission became the subject of frantic whispers. One veteran astrophysicist, known for decades of unshakable calm, reportedly leaned back in his chair and muttered, under his breath, "We've never seen anything like this." His words carried less excitement than unease, as if some instinct warned him this was not the kind of discovery humanity was ready for. Across the globe, experts began weighing in. Some described the object cautiously, framing it as a peculiar, but ultimately natural phenomenon. A rogue fragment of a shattered planet, perhaps, or a primordial mass left adrift since the dawn of time. Yet others disagreed violently. They pointed to its irregular surface, its almost purposeful trajectory, and the way it seemed to interact with surrounding light. If this is a rock, one European astronomer remarked during a private briefing, then it is a rock built by design. Behind the curtain, secrecy thickened. Documents marked restricted circulated among a handful of high-level officials. Conferences were convened in closed rooms, voices lowered as if the walls themselves might carry secrets. Some argued for transparency, warning that the longer the public was kept in the dark, the more dangerous the fallout would be. But others pushed back, convinced that humanity wasn't ready to face the truth. Already whispers of leaks spread claims that classified images had slipped into the hands of insiders. And if even half of what they suggested was true, then this discovery wasn't just rewriting textbooks. It was rewriting our place in the universe itself. This isn't the first time humanity has been confronted with something strange drifting through the cosmos. Back in 2017, astronomers spotted Oumuamua, a bizarre interstellar object that slipped through our solar system before anyone could properly study it. It was long, cigar-shaped, and accelerated in ways that defied ordinary physics. Some scientists argued it was a natural fragment, while others, including Harvard's Avi Loeb, dared to suggest it might be artificial. Then there were the eerie, fast radio burst signals from deep space, so powerful and so precise they've sparked years of debate. Were they the echoes of collapsing stars, or something else entirely? Add to that the discovery of rogue planets, massive worlds wandering between stars with no parent sun to anchor them, and a picture begins to form. But here's the difference. Those mysteries came from distant glimpses, fragmented data, and instruments far less powerful than Webb. The James Webb Telescope doesn't just hint, it reveals. Its golden mirrors cut through cosmic fog, capturing details we were never meant to see. If Oumuamua was a puzzle piece, this new object is the entire board flipped upside down. If those past discoveries were mysteries, this one is. A nightmare, magnified a revelation, too sharp, too clear, to ignore, almost immediately. Theories erupted like wildfire, each more astonishing than the last. The cautious voices suggested it might be the universe revealing one of its rarest secrets, a black dwarf star. These stellar corpses are predicted to exist in the far future, when all stars had burned out, cooled, and hardened into dark, invisible husks. But here's the problem. Our universe isn't old enough for one to exist yet. If that's what Webb has found, it would mean time itself may not be unfolding the way we thought. Others whispered of something even more extraordinary, the fractured remains of a Dyson sphere. This is the legendary megastructure imagined by scientists and dreamers, a colossal shell built around a star to capture its energy. Such a construction would signal a civilization not just advanced but godlike in power. Could Webb have stumbled upon the ruins of a civilization so old it collapsed before Earth even formed? The thought is staggering, terrifying, and oddly intoxicating. But then came the most unsettling whispers, the suggestion that this object isn't natural at all. Its irregular surface, its shadow-like presence, even its precise movement through the void. Some believe it could be artificial, a vessel or construct drifting through interstellar darkness. And the data only fuels the fear, because every new scan hints at something more. Organized, more deliberate. The chilling question grows louder. What if it isn't just out there? What if it's heading this way? For weeks, the object had appeared silent, an unmoving blot against the tapestry of stars. But then Webb's instruments picked up something unexpected. Tiny fluctuations, faint ripples in the background. At first they looked like interference, random spikes buried in the noise. Yet when scientists filtered the data, a pattern emerged. The object was emitting energy. Not light, not heat, but short bursts of radiation. Pulsing steadily from deep within its dark frame, the discovery sent a shiver through every research team connected to the mission. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just an inert shadow drifting across the void. It was alive with power, as though some hidden engine beat inside it. One scientist described the signal as a heartbeat, irregular yet deliberate, echoing across the cold emptiness of space. Another compared it to a coded rhythm, a kind of structured whisper. Whatever it was, it didn't feel random. The contrast was unsettling. For so long, the object seemed lifeless, silent, even dead. Now, in a single revelation, it transformed into something active, something with intent. Theories that once sounded outlandish suddenly became plausible. A black dwarf couldn't do this. A shattered planet couldn't pulse like this. The implications spiraled out of control. And then came the most chilling detail. The pulses weren't constant, they changed. Their timing shifted, almost as if adjusting, responding. Scientists froze at the thought. This wasn't noise. Wasn't nature. It might be communication. What if those signals weren't just energy? What if they were messages, waiting for someone or something to answer? The moment news of the pulses began to leak, the world's imagination ignited. Was this object a threat or the greatest opportunity in human history? On one side, fear spread like wildfire. If it truly was moving with intent, what if its path intersected with ours? Earth, with all its cities, its fragile systems, its billions of lives, suddenly felt small, terrifyingly small against the vast unknown. Governments whispered about planetary defense, though everyone knew our weapons were dust compared to something of this magnitude, yet alongside fear rose something else. Hope. If those pulses were messages, what if they weren't hostile at all? What if, for the first time, we were brushing against intelligence beyond Earth? The answer to a question humanity has whispered for centuries. Are we alone? For some, it felt like a doorway to the stars. For others, it felt like a warning best left unopened. The contrast is haunting. Humanity stands at a crossroads, perched on a fragile planet spinning around a modest star, daring to peek into a universe filled with forces older and greater than anything we can comprehend. And for the first time, something out there might be peeking back. Humanity has always gazed at the stars, wondering what secrets might be hidden in that endless ocean of darkness. For centuries, it was speculation, a dream whispered by philosophers, poets, and scientists alike. But now, with Webb's golden eyes fixed on the void, that dream has taken a darker, sharper form. An object that should not exist, pulsing with energy as though alive, waiting. We stand at the edge of something extraordinary, balanced between terror and wonder. Is this the dawn of first contact, or the shadow of something far more dangerous? No one can say for sure. What we do know is that our fragile world has never felt smaller, our questions never more urgent, and our place in the universe never more uncertain. The mystery remains, hanging above us like a storm cloud we cannot yet see through. The universe has always been watching us. Now, something out there might finally be answering.